What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Wizardry 8 Theme Teams. Yes, I have not done another episode of this in, oh man, almost a couple years now, but I thought I would bring it back because I always thought it was a really cool idea. I just didn't take the time to make a new video. But today, we're going to be making a team comprised of characters from the series Song of Ice and Fire, right? George R.R. Martin's series of books that you all know as the Game of Thrones, of course. And, you know, I kind of have a love and hate relationship with the series, but, you know, it's a really big, prominent series right now, and, you know, I thought it would be interesting to try and see how those characters fit into a Wizardry 8 system. So let's go to Start New Game. And I have my list of characters all planned out. I think, for the most part, that makes sense with the races and classes in the game. You'll have to kind of use your imagination at some points, but I think you're going to like what we have going here. Now, for our first character, I wanted to pick somebody that was going to be on the front lines, really strong, courageous, going to be a strong fighter, and obviously Brienne came immediately to mind, so I thought, you know, that was kind of a no-brainer. Piety. I might give her some more piety, actually. She seems kind of pious. Now, I'm not a Game of Thrones expert, so if I say something wrong about the characters or the books or the lore, please don't get angry. I know how passionate people are about it, but you know, I'm a fan. I'm not a hardcore fan. I would definitely not say I'm hardcore, so bear with me. But let's see. Let's do some dexterity, speed, senses. I'll give her a couple points of piety, but I don't think we want to waste 5 points on that. It does affect the character's overall stamina, which is interesting. Intelligence. Let's do something like this. Now, obviously Brienne doesn't use a polearm in the series, but that's just what they specialize in the game. So I think we're going to be going with the Valkyrie class anyway. I mean, obviously we could just give her points in sword, but like, we don't want to cripple the character, right? I mean, I guess we could, but it only goes up to 5. And since it's a primary skill, she gets a 25% bonus on top of the current value. So it's kind of crippling the Valkyrie if we don't give her a polearm skill. So, I don't know. I mean, we could just make her a fighter, honestly. You know, now I'm second guessing myself now, so I think we're gonna make her a fighter. Just to be a little bit more realistic. And honestly, I think fighters are stronger classes anyway, as a whole. And a lot of these points are gonna be in the same place anyway. Vitality. She gets more points this way too. So, I don't know. I just like, and it's like there's never seems to be a reason to me to pick up the Valkyrie class when you're creating your party anyway, because you pick up Vi and Arnika anyway. So, and I always have her in my party. So, I don't know. We're gonna make her a fighter. It makes more sense. And shield, and we're gonna give her some bow skill because she's inevitably gonna pick up a bow anyway, so it's good to kind of get a head start on that. This actually is kind of a perfect picture. You know, it's a female warrior, but she's not, I wouldn't say she's pretty, you know, she's not bad looking, but I mean, that's what Jamie is always making fun of Brienne for, right, is how she looks, so. I would say this is a handsome woman. um, Call her Brienne. Aggressive, maybe?
Let's get moving then. We don't have much time.
Oh, this is perfect. I think this is a perfect voice. You could also go with Burly.
Very well. Our enemies shall feel my wrath.
I think that's a little too wrathful, though. Other options, maybe chaotic. You don't want to go with any of the weird accents, I don't think. Yeah, I think the first one is perfect. Okay, so that's one down. We have our fighter, frontline fighter. Second, a lot of these are some of my favorite characters in the books too. So, and I kind of had to pick and choose. Obviously, we only have 6 slots, so you know I can't fit 15 characters in like I would want to, really. But for our second character, we're gonna go with probably somebody that's near and dear to everyone's hearts, is Jon Snow, who we could make another fighter, but since he's Lord Commander, you know, why not make him a Lord? And you know, that made sense to me. Let's see. Dexterity, speed. Now, Lords are a little bit different than fighters in that they have some more magic skill. You get to learn priest spells around the 5th level. Lords are also able to mysteriously heal their wounds over time without the aid of magic, which is pretty cool. They specialize in dual weapons, which is a little different than Jon Snow, obviously, in the show, but just a Lord makes so much sense. True Crusader Knights. Which, like, I haven't read all the books, I've read the first 3 books, but it kind of seems that's kind of where Jon Snow is heading, right? It's like, you could see him becoming somewhat of a Crusader in his own right. So, we want him to have piety, probably, if he's going to learn healing spells. Vitality, speed. I think it's good to put just a couple points in all of these areas. Max out strength, dexterity, dual weapons. Now again, for the sake of the books, we could skip dual weapons and do all close combat or something else, but again, that kind of weakens the character, I think. What's the point, really? Do close combat. He's going to be our scrapper. And you could see Jon fighting with more than one weapon, even though he doesn't do so very often in the books. Now, portrait-wise, we don't have a lot of good choices, unfortunately. This kind of seems to be the best bet, since he's got the long black hair. A little older than we want, but there aren't really any children-looking portraits in this game, so go Jon Snow, Jon Snow. What should we do? A loner, maybe? We don't want him to be somewhat leaderish, but also introspective, I think. Intellectual. Nah. Kindly.
By my honor, I swear I'll protect you from danger.
Maybe that's a little too much honor in him, but I don't know. Well, I mean, he's like... Man. I think that might be my choice. I feel like I always pick this voice no matter what party I'm making, just because it's so... I don't know, leader-like. I don't know. Jon Snow's very honorable, so to a T. Yeah, I think we have to go with this. Perfect. Okay, so that's number 2. Okay, so the next one, you'll have to use your imagination a little bit, but I couldn't leave this guy out of the party. You know, and I think you'll agree, once you see who it is. And I think I went all the way around. Now, obviously, this is going to be Tyrion Lannister. Now, the only problem is that I don't know what class to give him. Like, he's been in some battles, but I wouldn't call him a fighter, you know, and I wouldn't call him... He doesn't have any, like, magical abilities either, right? He's super smart, and, you know, if he has to fight, he will, but that's, like, obviously a last resort for a dwarf in that world. So, usually he tries to outwit his opponents, either with his charms, like, he's like the most charismatic character in the series, right? But I also want him to have some fighting skill. So I think the rogue is probably the best idea for this character. I'm not completely in love with it, but that's... Like, we need a rogue in the party anyway, so... That's kind of what I want to go for. We'll give him a lot of intelligence. Now, are there any skills that affect communications? He's going to need some more strength, obviously, if he's going to be fighting at all and backstabbing and that kind of stuff, but... Here we go. Locks and traps, stealth, pickpocket. Like, he's a very sly character too, right? So... Speed. I don't know. I didn't feel like there was any perfect class for this character, but this will do, I think. Scouting mythology, psionics, artifacts. Tyrion would obviously have very high senses. Because of all of the books that he's read and all the knowledge he's gained throughout his different occupations, I guess. Dexterity. I don't know, being a dwarf though, I mean, how much dexterity does he really have? I don't know, this is tough. I don't know how strong this character is really going to be, but... I guess we'll find out. Again, we have to break the fiction just a little bit to make this party even viable, but locks and traps. Maybe he could actually be a pickpockety type character, you know. Because I wouldn't say Tyrion is always honest. You know, I usually don't go for pickpocket type stuff in this game, but it might be worthwhile for this character. I don't know. I think we have to go with this guy. He looks a little bit like a... I mean, obviously he doesn't have the blonde hair, but we don't have any hobbits with that option. We could try a different race. Human-wise, that doesn't work. I mean, this might work, honestly. That's about the right age. And, I mean, you could think of him just, like, as, like, a short guy. He kind of looks more like Jaime, honestly. It could be Jaime or Tyrion. Huh. But he's a rogue. It's so weird. Well, if you were going to put Jaime Lannister in your game, this would be the perfect portrait, obviously. But I guess we're going to make him Tyrion. Tyrion Lannister. Now he has to be intellectual, I think.
You're going to need someone of my superior intelligence. Some call it ego, but I call it talent.
I like that. What's the other one?
I would be
Yeah, that voice is way too deep. I think we have to go with this one. That makes sense. It seems kind of funny, but I mean, I don't know. You could even have like Tyrion and Jaime in your game, and they would both use the same portrait, maybe. Next up, again, I'm gonna stretch your imagination, but I really want a Gadgeteer in the party because I've never played through the game with a Gadgeteer, and I couldn't think. You guys probably have some better ideas than me about who would be a good Gadgeteer for this game, but I honestly couldn't come to a good conclusion. So we're gonna go with another one of my favorite characters. This is going to be Peter Baelish, otherwise known as Littlefinger, who runs the brothel in King's Landing, and is just a very devious character, just like Tyrion. He's gonna need dexterity, I think, and speed, senses, intelligence. Probably not too much strength, but yeah, I think I like that. Now, obviously, there aren't modern weapons in Game of Thrones. There aren't guns, per se. I don't even remember if there are cannons in the books. I guess one of you guys will have to correct me on that. He doesn't need locks and traps. It seems kind of odd to have 2 locks and traps specialists in the party, but, you know, whatever. Engineering. Build new items, merge existing items, and operate a variety of devices. So we're going to do that, and we'll ignore locks and traps on this character since we're using Tyrion for that. Well, now I'm just thinking, we could have Tyrion, but we already made the character. But you could definitely, if you wanted to, have Littlefinger be the locks and traps guy and have Tyrion specialize in something else, like put all his points into pickpocket. That's definitely something you could do. I think I like the bald guy. We could, if you were making a Varys character, this guy would be perfect. At least it would be the best out of the choices that you have here. We could check out maybe the elves. See if there's any good choices in here. Not really. Someday I'll figure out how to import portraits into this game. I don't think it's possible. Unless somebody mods it. But so many portraits. Okay. This doesn't make sense. I think we're gonna go with... Yeah, there's just not enough choices. We're gonna go with this guy, but again, if you were making a Varys the Spider character, this would be it, I think. Peter Baelish. We'll just call him Littlefinger for short. Now, of course, the nicknames do not let us go long enough. Well, we'll just call him Peter then, I guess. We could do like some kind of abbreviation, but that never looks good. Cunning, maybe?
Just between you and me, I'm the perfect guy for this.
I think that's a little too Brooklyn. Not that one. Eccentric. Not really eccentric. This is tough because Tyrion and Peter are very similar character-wise, I think.
I would be honored.
Again, this voice is too deep. He's not that eccentric. Not chaotic. Laid back?
Well, hello there. I think I hear the open road calling our names. Say, isn't that a song?
This might be a little too, I don't know, flamboyant, but it might work.
Who can make the muddy water clear?
This might be a good
Let the
Varys
water
voice
be
if you were going to
still,
go for
and
that.
it will become clear on its own.
Maybe it's a little too mystical. Loner? Nah. I think we're going to go with this first laid back voice. I don't think it's perfect, but it's about the closest one that I like. Next up, I was trying to think, okay, who's a good mage character? Because we need a big damage dealer guy, and I was like racking my brain, and I was looking through the main characters list, and it just came to me, and it made total sense. So we're gonna make Bran a psionic, which I think is pretty awesome. Since he's a kid, we could make him like a gnome, but gnomes don't make good psionics. So we'll probably just make him a human. Yeah, hobbits don't really make good psionics either, so this makes more sense. Lots of intelligence. Some piety is good, for sure. Vitality, definitely. Do we need dexterity? No, we do not. Speed. And senses affects psionics, so we definitely want that. We might actually max that out. Let's get rid of some piety. 8. And one more point will max that out, so we'll go with 4 vitality. Okay. I like this. Oh, definitely want sleep at level 1, and we could take heal wounds. It's pretty cool that psionics can learn heal wounds right off the bat. I think we'll do mind stab. We could do charm. And that's kind of similar to Bran's ability in the books, right? Is taking control of somebody's mind. So that's why it makes sense for him to be a psionic. If we were really going to try hard this, I think you would want to pick sleep and heal wounds. But since we're going to go more in the fiction, terror. I think you have a choice between terror and mind stab. But sleep is so good. I don't know. For the sake of the fiction, we're gonna stick with some mind spells here. So we'll go with terror, because I think that's more useful than mind stab at early levels. So mental and mythology. He could be your like mythology guy, which sort of makes sense, I guess. Bran probably, I think he used to read a lot when he was in bed after his back was broken. I don't remember exactly what happened. It's been so long since I read the first book. Again, we have a problem of portraits here. Let's check out our gnomes. The long nose doesn't make a lot of sense at all, and we only have 4 portraits. This is tough because we've used a lot of the portraits already. This kind of looks like a kid, almost. If you like squint your eyes real hard. I mean, this is definitely who Bran is growing up to be, right? So yeah, I think that I like that one the best. Yeah. Bran Stark. Bran. And for this one, we'll do...
All right, but don't expect me to second.
He's kind of... Let me think of Brand's character. He's kind of like... I don't know, he's a kid, so... He's not really chaotic. He's kind of like scared all the time, but also really angry, I think. I don't know, it's hard to kind of nail his character down for me. I wouldn't say he's laid back. Or cunning. Maybe intellectual, but we've used this one already for Tyrion. Not burly, of course.
I believe there is
Yeah,
something.
I just wouldn't be okay with that. I think we're gonna go with a loner.
Sure.
And obviously this one is too deep. So I think this is our best option.
All right, but don't expect me to waste my time yakking.
I could definitely see Bran turning into that kind of character eventually. And for the last one, we need a healer, right? So I thought of Melisande. The I think she's called the Red Woman or something. She's always dressed in red and has like red fiery eyes, and everybody's scared of her. And you know, she's a priest. She's spreading her religion of fire and Ashai, right? So we could make her a priest. Dispel undead, that kind of stuff. But I think I'm going to make her a bishop, just so she has a little bit more magical ability. But while she still will have the healing spells, but she'll be able to learn any spell basically. So she's not as specialized as a priest, but she has access to everything. So I like that. We're gonna do intelligence. Because of that, we're gonna do intelligence, piety, and senses. Only 8 hit points, huh? I think I like that anyway. She might be kind of a glass cannon type character, but all these professions. Okay, now let's think. What kind of spells do we see her use? We have to get heal wounds, just because that's a necessity. We could do heal wounds and make wounds. I think for a bishop, though, it's better to pick different spells in different areas, though, different schools of magic. So what could we do? Heal wounds and energy blast. Heal wounds and sleep. Bless. Maybe she casts spells in like the later books, or in like the 4th or 5th book, but I haven't read those yet, so... Or does something more akin to something like these. So if she does, I'm sorry, and I'm missing that. We're going to do Energy Blast, I think. Eventually, so she'll be kind of like this fireballing, healing, hybrid type character, which I think is kind of cool. Or we could pick Sleep. This is really interesting. Definitely a different kind of party makeup than I'm used to. I'm trying to think a lot about how these characters are going to synergize. Artifacts. Man, it's crazy having access to all these different schools here. Maybe we'll just try and put everything at 10. And then... we gotta pick something, right? So we gotta go Divine Magic and Air Magic, I guess. We could do... I kind of almost like Paralyze better. Yeah, let's do Water Magic. There's so many good water spells. What else do Make Wounds or Bless? Let's do water. We'll take out some points here. Yeah, I think this might be good. Oh, this is actually a perfect picture, right? The red. I think this is probably our best option in the list. I could see an argument for this. But this character always makes me think more of like a fighter type character, but she does have the headband, which could be, I don't know. She could be like a psionic or mage type character too, for sure. I definitely like this one the best though. Melisande, or however you pronounce it, Melisandre. I don't know. Well, we have just enough characters for the R. We'll just do this, I guess. Or we could just call her Mel. Having too much fun with this. I love creating parties in this game. It's so much fun. I just wish there were more options sometimes for portraits and voices. So let's see.
I've consulted the stars, and they forecast great things for our adventure.
I think she's a character, since she's evil, we want some kind of chaotic or aggressive type character. Unfortunately,
there will be many implements of destruction at my disposal, yeah?
she has this one has this weird kind of accent that doesn't fit her character at all.
You looking at me?
And this is way too burly.
One may feel fear in the face of danger, so long as one banishes fear when danger actually arrives. So say the wise.
Yeah, I don't like that for her either. It's just not enough energy. Oh, here we go.
Very well. Our enemies shall feel my wrath.
I like that a lot. It's not too burly.
All right then.
Yeah, obviously we can't do that. Eccentric again. No, I think this one's definitely the best. Our enemies shall feel my wrath. Perfect. Alright, so that's the party. That looks pretty good. My concerns with this party is that your skills are like spread too thin. And maybe you're not specializing enough in certain areas. Like maybe you don't have enough damage from your spellcasters, but you could definitely build it a different way. Again, I'm not trying to min-max these guys as much as I possibly could. This is just a quick and dirty build. You could change these guys up a lot. You could pick different characters. Again, some characters I was thinking about putting in were Jamie, Ed Stark, who are other good candidates? Varys. I left out both Arya and Sansa. Robert Stark. Just all the Stark kids. You could have an entire party of just the Stark parents and the children, right? You could do like Ned, Catelyn, Robert, Bran, Sansa, Arya. That's your party. Just go for it. You know, which could also be really cool. That's kind of similar to my Narnia idea, but yeah, I like this party a lot. So last time we did a theme team video, I just made the party and that was that. But this time, I think we're actually going to jump into the game a little bit and do the first couple encounters and just see how the party feels. So without further ado, let's head on into it. Now we're not going to play an expert, we're going to play a novice, because I don't know how this party is going to fare. So here we go.
Grimpack the Mook hired you.
I'm so sorry if that was really loud. We can skip the intro video. And here we are on Dominus once again. Everybody's equipped. Yeah, I could see Jon Snow wielding a rapier and a dagger. That makes sense to me. And Tyrion. Did I say Teeter? I said Jon Snow, right? I hope so. I hope I said Jon Snow. And then Tyrion throwing daggers and Peter shooting at people. I don't know. It sort of makes sense. Melisande I like a lot. And I love Bran as a psionic. I think that's a great idea. if I do say so myself. We'll give this cure poison to her. And the potions to Brienne and Jon. Then we've got a Cure Light condition we can give to some of these other people. Who needs stamina the most? I don't know. Not really sure. Maybe the Gadgeteer.
Right then. We need to have a plan to deal with this situation. First order of business is to scout the area. After that, we need to find one of the locals and determine where we are.
Well, thank you so much, Tyrion. Obviously, he's the leader of the party because he's the smartest. So we'll call this GOT Theme Team. I might actually like play with this party a lot. I don't know. We'll see. What do we get? Tons of light heals and some armor, which is not bad. I don't think. Oh, it actually is better than what we have, which is good. Look at that. Everybody's getting an armor bonus. Nice thing about this party is that since they're all humans, they can wear any kind of armor, which is great. So it's kind of frustrating with my fairy in my expert game that you can't wear a lot of different armor. So let's try out a terror spell on the crabs.
Gotcha.
And maybe we'll save the paralyze for now. Did it work? They all got scared. Look at that. Perfect. Nice shot, Peter. The Game of Thrones are too powerful for these guys. Yes. This is why I don't like the terror spell that much, because you have to chase these crabs down, but I think it works. Divide and conquer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just gonna run away. He's actually trying to get through the door, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Found another crab here. Oh, he's gonna charge back. Nice. Good. I'm so glad that that worked out. Nice.
Like that.
Good job. That went really well, actually. I'll take these bullet stones.
You bellowed.
And I think we'll do the one more encounter. We actually don't have anybody with a sling, unfortunately, so I'm gonna give Bran the bullet stones. We would need to find a sling for him as soon as possible if we were gonna continue with this party, I think.
Listening.
Oh no, we want to give the bullet stones to Peter for now. I'm gonna save quick. Because this encounter can always go poorly, but I think we'll be okay.
Be careful. Don't do anything stupid that
Oh,
will get me killed.
forgot about the bullet stones down here. Hopefully we can do this.
This is not good. Get ready for some carnage.
Yeah, you might even want to rest before you get up here, I think. Gonna do terror.
Gotcha.
Maybe paralyze will work. Man, they have a lot of hit points.
Taken care of.
Let's see if this works. Nice. Got some of the... Oh, we even paralyzed that one. Nice. That's perfect. We're on Novice, so I think we're okay, but... This encounter can always be a little scary. We're gonna save our terror spell for now. Since the bishop has a staff, she can hit from the back lines, which is pretty nice. Ugh, yikes. Okay, we're gonna have to heal Tyrion. Jon is missing a lot of his attacks, which is concerning. Hopefully this heal works. Nice. The little one's gonna run away. This one only has 15 hit points, which is good. Nice heal. Yeah, this feels good. I like this. I think this party could definitely succeed if you were going to try and take it through the whole game.
Gotcha.
You would have to make a lot of interesting choices about how you scaled up the Bishop and the Psionic, I think, in particular. And what you did with John's character. If you went more of a fighter type or like a healer slash fighter. I don't know. You might even, like, turn him into like a ninja or samurai somewhere along the road. I don't really know. Hard to say. Man, Bran is just doing so much damage, though. Okay. Let's do another terror spell. We don't have enough spell points anymore. Alright, it's all up to you guys. Look at that. Bran doing that 2 points of damage with his little dagger. You could... Oh, this is a great idea, too. You could put Hodor in the party as, like, a fighter, and then you would have, like, Hodor... Like, you could say, like, Bran is riding on Hodor, and that's how he can hit people. I don't know. Lots of fun things you could do with this kind of fiction. Piece of cake. Nice.
Victory is ours.
Awesome. So that went really well. Also, one last thing to note, if you're going to do a party like this, is that you don't have a ranger, so you will have to search manually. But there's that sling we needed for Bran. I think that's who you want to give it to, too. Okay, we'll divvy these up. Give those to him. So now, let's search.
Look over there.
Okay. Bran found those, which is good.
Came up empty.
And what's the skill that you want for searching stuff? I think it's senses, right? Yeah, since he has so much senses, I think he's gonna be the one to find a lot of the stuff, the hidden stuff. But there you go. That is the Game of Thrones theme team, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun thinking about the party makeup and how those were all going to work and making the characters. And if you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. It really helps me out a ton. I'm still going full throttle on the Let's Play of Wizardry 8 on Expert difficulty. Check that out if you haven't. I think you guys will really enjoy that if you like this game at all. And let's save here. And I've been Nick Burnham, or Nostalgic One, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.